open this bad boy. Oh, I need my toolbox. Oh, which reminds me, I got a package from Jconcepts. Let's go check it out. Jconcepts Toolbox, upper storage size, 14 by 5 by 11. This is gonna be replacing the old toolbox. We don't be needing that anymore. Well, out with the old, in with the new. What's up guys, Spencer here. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you a couple new Jconcepts products that just got released. I'm actually super excited about it because one of the biggest things to racing RC cars is kind of making your stuff all organized, making your pits look super cool, and not to mention personalizing your toolbox, parts boxes, and so forth. Recently, Jconcepts has released a new toolbox and parts organizer, or you can kind of switch between the two. If you don't want the upper storage compartment, if you want just the lower, you have both options. Obviously, historically in RC, these style, the Plano boxes, the red, the blue, and maybe a couple of other colors that they've had in the back in the day. These have been always kind of the hot ticket in the RC industry when it comes to parts organization and even organizing your parts with just the upper and lower compartments. Well, with Jconcepts, they let's just say that they made it 10 times better in my opinion. You have more of a sleek design with the black color and the gray upper deck, and then of course we're going to go into more details here in a second, but just from the initial viewpoint of the box, it's very similar, almost identical really to the Plano style boxes. But the one thing that you're going to be able to do is to kind of secure the compartments in with little mini screws, which when you're traveling or even throwing your OGO bag in the car, or if you don't have an OGO bag, you have a box or so forth, you can kind of always, I guess, be confident that these style things won't be flopping around, which we'll get to here in a second. But one of the biggest things that I really like about the kind of the boxes is that now they're going to be all uniformed, with having the upper storage compartment style black box, and then you have the compartment box that just has the lower deck compartment that you can just organize your parts with. So when it comes to 10 scale, 8 scale, dirt oval, touring car, whatever it may be, you can kind of look super factory, be part of the crew, and be super organized. The first thing you see when you open this bad boy up is going to be a package of screws and one Allen wrench. We're going to open that up, dump that in the corner here. My biggest cool factor of this toolbox is really these two compartments that he added here. Basically what these individual molded pieces do is exactly what we used to do back in the day when we wanted to hold the toolbox up with a wrench. Well, these molded pieces do exactly the same thing, but you can still utilize your tools when you need it. So you can use just one, or the box does come with two. You can put them on each side, which is really nice, just to make sure that things not going to fall down when you're working on your stuff. So when you're done using them, they go back in these nice little spots here, and then you're still able to close your toolbox and lock it up. The other cool feature about the toolboxes, which we're going to get into, is about these mini screws, is each individual spacer divider has a set screw hole that you can screw into so it doesn't move or fall over when you're traveling. So it's a 1.5 screw. You're able to screw this in. The screw fits flush. And then of course this piece can't leave unless it's unscrewed. So that's another feature that I really like, that kind of makes this different from anything else on the market. And then of course You would think that you would want to have the same feature for the bottom, and answer your question is yes. You basically have a feature that with the big black spacers, you have the set screw hole, and then you have the holes on the bottom side of the toolbox or parts box. You're gonna slide that in, get your set screw, and you see the holes on the bottom here. Those are the ones that you can kind of lock in place. Screw those in. The screw's flush. This is the one that we locked in place. You cannot pull it out. The one that's not, of course, slides out. And you're kind of good to go. So basically, you can personalize this however how you want it. This can be a toolbox, parts box. The only ones that you can't slide out is these ones right here. And other than that, it's one of the best things that you can add to your race program, organizing your stuff and making your program pretty dialed. Kind of moving on to the other system, other parts box that we have, parts organizer, is this one doesn't have an upper deck, of course. It's just the lower deck, and it's the same, very similar bottom piece, exactly the same as the toolbox side. With you still have the option to utilize the upper spacers if you want to make this a toolbox, and then of course, personalizing your parts bins by screwing these set screws on the bottom to lock it in place to make it as durable as possible when you're traveling. One thing I don't know if you can actually see in the screen, but on the top of the parts boxes and toolbox, you can see like a checkered flag with the Jconcept logo. I thought it was pretty sweet. And then of course, making a nice sleek design for your OGO bag or parts box. But other than that, that's basically some of the new features on the new parts box and toolbox from Jconcepts. And that's about it. All right, that was a pretty good video. I won't be needing this anymore. All right, it's video game time. Jackson!
All right.
Game time.